Hello students, welcome you all on Divine Public School e-learning platform. Myself Sanjay Kumar Tripathi and I am going to teach you class 6 lesson number 11 and name of the lesson Introduction to HTML5. In this chapter we will discuss different components, different elements of HTML, and in this chapter also we will learn that how to create web page. Okay, so let's begin. Very first I am going to explain each and every content of this chapter. Okay, first content is there, what is HTML. In this content we will discuss what is HTML, why we are using HTML, and what are the different features of HTML. Second content is there, tools to be used. In this content we will discuss which tools we will use to create our HTML page or to create web page. Next content is there, creating an HTML document. In this content we will discuss which element we will use or how to create different types of HTML. Topic is there, tags, elements and attributes. In this topic we will discuss what is tag, what are different types of elements we are using in HTML, and what is attribute which we can use in our HTML document. Next topic is there, HTML document structure, means whole HTML program divided in how many parts. Each and every part we will discuss and we will see the structure of HTML document. Next topic is there, common HTML elements. In this one we will discuss different types of element which one commonly used in each and every HTML document. Next one is there, cascading style sheet. In this we will discuss what is cascading style sheet, how we are applying cascading style sheet, and what is the benefit of advantage and benefit of the cascading style sheet. Next one is there, methods of applying CSS, means how to apply CSS, means cascading style sheet, in our HTML document. And at the last, different background properties of HTML elements, how we can use that property of background. These things we will discuss in this topic. So maybe all the things you all understood, means which topic we are going to cover in this chapter. Okay, next, so first topic is there, what is HTML. Okay, so HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, so in this word hypertext and markup language, so this is a combination of hypertext markup language. So very first we have to know about what is hypertext. Generally hypertext is used to link other document or web page to the present document or present web page. Okay, next one is there, markup language. So this language is uses special symbols. That symbols is known as tags. That symbol is known as tag, and these are used for given instruction to browser to display the output of the HTML code, means what we want to display, that we have to give in markup language only, means by using some tag only, means how to display or what we want to display on the web page, that we will give in markup language. HTML is the standard markup language creating for web page. So HTML is used to create a web page. Okay, and HTML describes the structure of a web page as well as it consists a series of elements. So maybe you all understood what is HTML. Okay, now I am going to move on next topic, and that is the tools to be used to create HTML document. Generally there are two tools we can use to create any HTML document. First one HTML editor and second one browser. So what is HTML editor? In this there are two types of editor. First one WISI editor and second one text editor. First editor is also known as a web editor, okay, because in this type of editor commands, means if anybody is not knowing about HTML commands and he want to create his own web page, then he or she can do it very easily. Understood na? So some examples of this editor, that is the Adobe Dreamweaver, Amaya, Google Web Designer. Okay, by using these editor we can create our own web page without knowing about HTML commands. But second one, text editor. Text editor is not a web editor, okay. Generally it is a simple text editor in which it is required that we should know about HTML document, okay. Those who are not knowing about HTML document, they cannot create their own web page by using these text editor, okay. So it is compulsory to know each and every components, each and every elements and each and every commands of HTML to design our own web page in text editor. So example of text editor is Notepad and WordPad, okay. Next is their browser. So what is browser? Very first, it is used to give the output of HTML code. Means browser is a software by which we can see the output of our HTML code. Different types of examples of browsers are there: Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Opera and Microsoft Edge. These are the special or more important web browsers are there, and here each and every browser's symbols also are given. Means we can say that this is the logo of the browser, okay. Opera, Google Chrome, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge, okay. Maybe all the things are you all understood very well up to browser. Now I am going to explain how to create a HTML document, okay. So in this one, very first, HTML document creation divided in two parts. First one, writing HTML code, and second one, viewing an HTML document. Understood? In first one, writing HTML code, there are some steps are given. So very first we should open any page or of the Notepad, or we can open WordPad also. So by clicking start button, then select all program, and afterward SO series, and then we have to click on Notepad option. Understood? Afterward, type HTML code, means from which we are going to create our web page. So we can write very first HTML code for that. Afterward, click on the file menu and then click on the save button. Understood? And then one more dialog box will appear named save as dialog box. In that dialog box we will write name of the file, means file name we should write, and then we should use .html or .htm, .html or .htm. This is the extension name. .html and .htm is the extension name, and it followed by the file name, okay. So by using these extension we will save the HTML document. So then click on the save button. To view your HTML document on the browser. First one, where you saved your file, you just go on that place and then you double click on it. Automatically it will open in your means default browser which installed in your system. And another way, some steps are given. Very first, open any browser, press Ctrl+O to open file, then type file name which you made, okay, in the address bar of the, if you are using Google Chrome, then file name will display as the link in Google Chrome window. Understood? And then in step 3 you click on that HTML file and automatically output will display in front of you in the Chrome window. So students, maybe you all understood how to create an HTML and how to view the output of HTML code. Now I am going to explain tags, elements and attributes of the HTML. Okay, so very first I am going to explain what is tag. Generally tag is a building block of a web page. Without tag we cannot create our web page, and it defines to web browser that how to display or how to format our web page on the browser. Means it should give the instruction to the browser that how to display our output of the HTML code. Okay, and we also include non-text items. Non-text item means some items which are being not related to text, as like that such as images, graphics, audio, video. These things are the non-text items. So that also we can insert in our web page by using tag only. Okay. Now tag do not appear themselves in the output. Means you all are knowing very well. Means we are using tag in HTML code. So they were not participated in the output, only they give the instructions to the web browser that how to display your web page. Understood? How to display the content of the web page, but they not participate or they will not come in the output of the HTML code. Each and every tag in HTML specified some particular rules and regulations. They were following some syntax. Okay, and these are not case sensitive. These are not case sensitive means if you have written any tag name in small letter and anywhere else you have written same tag in capital letter, so that will same effect. Okay, means they will not showing their different types of effect. So it is a completely non case sensitive language. Okay, next one is there, HTML tag or commands are inserted before and after the text, and it will depend on the type of the tag. Afterward I will discuss about it. Each tag given a specific instructions, and that instructions we have to write in a angular bracket. At that angular bracket we will use as like that, in which is given in front of us. Okay, some examples also given: p tag, h1 tag, body tag. So these are the example of the tag. Here downside I have written one syntax also: p some text and p tag closed. Here p it is open tag and this one close tag. Okay, when we will write same tag with backslash, this type of symbol, then that is known as off tag or close tag. Understood? So maybe all the things you all understood very well about the tag. Now I am going to explain element. What is element in HTML? An element is defined by a starting tag. Okay, if the element contain other content closing tag. Okay, and there are two type of element or two type of tag are there in HTML. First one container element and second one empty element. Generally container element or container tag having two type of two tags. First one on tag or open tag, and second one off tag or close tag. So I told that on tag is written simply as means which are using, and off tag same tag we will use here also but we should use in that one slash symbol before the tag, then that will become off tag. Okay, next one is there empty tag or empty element. So in empty tag or element having only on tag, they do not have their off tag. Understood? Some different examples of empty tag is there: br tag, hr tag, okay, b tag. So means b tag is not there. hr tag we can use as in the form of empty tag. So all the things are clear about element. Next one is there attribute. So sometime we want to provide some additional information to our elements, so then we should use attribute. It provides additional information to the elements. Okay, and attribute always specify in starting tag, means start tag, and it should be always given by the value. Downside it is given name equal to value, so where name written, that is attribute. Okay, and this is the value of the attribute. One example I have given, you can see downside hr width equal to 50%. It means hr is their element, or we can say that hr is a tag and width is the attribute of the hr tag, and 50% is the value of the width attribute. So maybe all the things are clear up to here about tags, elements and attributes. Students, now I am going to explain some rules which we will follow while writing HTML code. Okay, first, mixing uppercase and lowercase names look bad. It means we should not use uppercase as well as lowercase in our HTML code. Okay, means one tag we will create upper tag and another one create lower tag. It should not good. Okay, afterward, generally developer uses only on lowercase name of the tag, means each and every tag generally developers we are using in the lowercase only. We must close container tag. I told two types of tag, container tag and empty tag. So when we will using container tag, we should close that. Afterward, each and every attribute's value we should give in quote only. Okay, next one is there when tag are embedded. It means when one tag is given in another tag, as like that here h1 tag given, okay, in that one b tag given. Understood now? Here some code have written, and afterward when we will close that tag, then very first we will close this tag b tag, and then embedded are when tag are embedded, we need to close the inner tag before closing the outer tag. Afterward, tag name should be not contain any space, means it should not contain any space, as like that we cannot write h and r tag. Here space is given now, so space is not allowed in the writing of the tag. Okay, next topic is there, means next rule is there should no space between starting of the bracket and end of the bracket. It means if we are using b tag, then here also space given, here also space given, so this is wrong method. Okay, if we want to write, we should write only by this correct method. Understood or not? Maybe all the things are clear, all the rules also clear to you all, that how to write HTML code. Students, now I am going to explain HTML document structure. Okay, in this topic we have to discuss some different structure. So very first I am going to tell each and every HTML document starts with HTML tag. Which tag? HTML tag, and end with also with HTML tag. Understood or not? Okay, So end with also HTML tag. Next one, head tag. Head tag contain the information about the HTML document, as well as head tag is used to give the title of the web page which we are using, version of the HTML. So these information given in the head tag only. Next one, body tag. This tag contain everything which you want to display on the web page. Okay, it include different text, graphics and audio, video, many more things which we want to display on our HTML document, that we can use to display by using body tag. There are two basic types of HTML element. First one, block level element. Second one, text level element. So block level element are those elements which are defining for a particular block, but text level element is used to define a particular text. Okay, and I told this one that HTML start with HTML tag and end with also by closing HTML tag. So maybe all the things are clear about HTML document structure. Now I am going to explain document structure, means HTML document structure, by one example. Here it is given HTML open tag and HTML close tag, means whole program is written under the HTML tag only. Afterward head tag is defined. So here head tag open and here closed. Okay, so this head tag includes the title of the web page. Okay, and afterward body tag defined. So body tag having the all information regarding the web page, means whatever information we want to display here on the web page, that information we will use in body tag only. Okay, whatever things, whatever name we have written in title tag, it will display in front of us that on the browser. Okay, and what the browser. So maybe all the things are clear about HTML document. Students, now I am going to explain heading tag of the HTML. So a heading tag, generally we can use 6 type of heading tag. Heading tag is used to create a heading, or we can create subheading. Understood? Means it is different from the normal text. Okay, there are 6 type of heading: H1, H2, H3, okay, H4, H5 and H6. So H1 to H6 there are 6 headings, and as H1 to H6 it is increasing, its size and width is going to decrease. So you can see in the code and you can see in the output also. So H1 tag is very big tag, means it is looking big, as well as it is looking too much bold, highlighted. But as we are increasing H1 to H6, it is going to decrease. So maybe you all understood about heading tag very well. Now I am going to explain line break element. Generally line break element is used to break the line. If multiple lines are there and you want to break anywhere from a line, generally 2-3 lines are given and you want to break this line from here, then you should use their BR statement or BR element. Okay, automatically that line become break. You can see one example I have written also, given also. So line 1, then break, it will come line 2. So maybe all the things are clear up to here. Next topic is there, paragraph. So paragraph is used by P tag, and when long piece of text we want to give any particular block, then we should use paragraph tag. And if we want to draw this type of horizontal line, then we should use HR tag to draw a horizontal line. Okay students, Maybe all the things you understood up to here. Next topic is the comment. What is comment? Sometimes we want to write some notes, okay, other selves in HTML document, but we don't want to display in the browser. Okay, that note we don't want to display on the web browser, then we should use comment tag. Okay, there are two types or two way to write comment. First one example I have given, you can write comment as like that, or if you want to write comment by using comment tag, then you should use as like that comment tag. And bold tag is used to create your text bold. Okay, so if you want, you can use means by using following given example. In this one, see, these lines are written in the form of comment and it not display in the output, means whatever comment section we will write, that will not display in the output, it is only for the note. Understood? And here B tag used to give text bold. So B kids pool, a computer code. So maybe all the things understood up to here, what is comment and what is bold tag. So students, now I am going to explain what is cascading style sheet. CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay, generally we are using CSS for making our web page more attractive as well as more easy to display. And CSS is a very important part of HTML. It saves our a lot of time, lot of work, and it is very easily we can use to control the multiple web pages at once. Okay, it means if we want to change a particular color of each and every web page, then we can change by using CSS very easily. Okay, CSS also is very easy to learn and understand, but it provides powerful control over the presentation of an HTML document. Some advantages also are given of CSS. First one, it saves our time, it saves our work. Okay, next one, it saves it having fast loading of the page, means pages were loaded very fast. Next one, easy to maintenance, because if we want to change the color, change the size, change the width of any text or any elements on whole web page, then we do not go on each and every web page code and we do not change it. Easily we can change at one place, all each and every web page automatically become change. Supervisor means superior style to HTML, means generally it can use to superior styles for HTML documentation. So maybe all the things are clear about cascading style sheet. Okay, now I am going to explain some cascading style sheet terminology. First one, property. Generally it defines how elements look on the web page. Okay, some CSS properties, their font family, color, background, border, these are used to define how to element will display, how to element will look on the web page. Next one is their value. Generally value is given after, immediately after the colon. Okay, downside it is given also property and here it is value. Okay, so that property and value separated by a colon symbol. Okay, so each and every value appear just after the property. Next one is their declaration. Generally property and value combined, it is known as declaration, means property and value combined known as a declaration. Next topic is their selector. Okay, selector is a part of CSS which selects what element or on which element we are setting the property, we are setting the value, means on which element we can do proper formatting. That particular element is known as selector. Okay, so next one is there rules. Hold the things from selector up to declaration, means each and everything combined or collectively is known as rule. So maybe all the things are very clear to you all, that what is property, value, declaration, selector and rules. So students, now I am going to explain method of applying CSS. In HTML, that CSS, first one inline method, second one internal or embedded style sheet, and third one external style sheet. Okay, first one inline CSS, generally we can embedded or we can use this type of CSS in a particular line only, means we can give the change or we can change the things of a particular line, then we should use inline CSS. But if we want to change whole the things, means in whole web page, complete a single web page, then we should use internal CSS. This type of CSS we can use only a single web page program. Okay, and third one is there external class CSS. So external CSS is used to maintain or control over the multiple web pages, or if we want to make any change on different web pages, then we should use external CSS. So maybe all the things are understood very well, different methods of applying CSS. So at the last I am going to explain properties and that properties of the background property. Okay, first one background. So background selects all the property in one declaration. Okay, and if you want to declare each and every property in different places, then we should use other background properties as background attachment. So it is used to clear the, means it is used to scroll the image with the rest part of the image. Sometimes we have seen that in some websites or some web pages, when we are scrolling, that image also become scroll. Okay, and it will become big and small, but somewhere we have seen that it is the fix in that particular website. So we can manage it from using background property. Okay, next one is there background color. If we want to change the color of the background of the web page, then we can do it very easily by using background color. Next one is there background image. If we want to set the background image, then easily we can set also by using background image. And next one is there background property, background position. Background position is a place where we want to keep our image on the web page. Generally it is decided horizontally as well as vertically, understood, on the web page. And at the last, background repeat. If you want to repeat any particular image on the background, then we should use background repeat option or background report property. Okay, one program I have given, so you can see that in each and every statement I have given each and every property of the background. So you can see and you can read it very carefully. So maybe all the things are clear to you all, that what is background property. Okay students, to give some assignment questions related to this chapter, and these are most important questions of this chapter. Okay, first one, write short note on HTML. Second question is there, write any 5 properties of background style used in CSS. Next question is there, give the difference between tag and attribute. Next question, write short note on the CSS. And last question, write any 10 tag names used in HTML. So students, maybe you all understood each and every topic of this chapter very well. Thank you students, thank you so much and keep learning.